All right, let's roll that intro for episode number 15. All right, we're back.
Hi guys, welcome back to
Episode number 15.
Loners Podcast.
The big 1-5. I keep saying that every single time. The big 1-3, the big 1-5. Yep.
Cool. Feels like it's been more episodes.
I think it's because that one, like, 2 weeks we, like, didn't record, and then we had to put two pretty quick. Yes.
Look at me and look at you. Come on, bro. Can we save that energy towards the end? Like, let's like be one with the audience. Let's like sit up. Come on.
Always correcting me the way I'm sitting.
Because we have a sectional, so he's literally like putting his feet up on the other couch.
Hold on. All right. Can you move your face out of the frame? I'm going to also, so I can focus. All right.
You and your
Move your head move your face out of the frame.
Oh my god.
It's focusing on you. There we go. Celsius.
We get it.
Celsius.
The amount of money.
I'm saying it a bunch of times so that they sponsor us.
Yeah.
Sponsor us. Celsius.
With the amount of money we spend on these,
Celsius.
We need some free ones.
Celsius. Live Fit Sparkling Wildberry Essential Energy. Celsius. Okay, cool.
Are you done?
Sponsor us.
Please. Just send us free.
I know. Seriously, just send
us some free shit because
this episode is brought to you. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. Okay. Well, welcome back. It's a great day.
It's a great day in the neighborhood.
Weather's been pretty awesome lately.
It hasn't been too hot.
It's been great. Like spot on. Like it's literally 77 degrees today.
Yeah. Mine said 73.
Whatever. It's in the 70s. I just want to seal that freaking temperature in forever here. Because
I mean, knock on wood, but I feel like maybe it might stay this.
Hopefully it doesn't get hot because when it gets hot here, it's not cute.
Yeah.
Well, at least in our apartment. I'm just speaking for our apartment. Anyway.
Well, if you guys leave it in like the comment or something below. Would you like us to do like a little series of like commentary?
Oh yeah, we want to do commentary
on
stuff.
Like Gilmore Girls or like on like
It doesn't have to be Gilmore Girls.
Wife
it can be literally
swap.
Anything.
Wife swap.
He's saying these examples because occasionally we'll leave the TV on for our dog when we're gone. And what channel is that? Like
it's just like
on the Pluto TV.
No,
they be playing some old TV shows. And anyway, like Wife Swap came on. He's like, I've never seen this.
No, Wife Swap we put on Hulu.
We did?
Yeah.
It just looked crusty and old. It looked like
because it was from like the 90s.
Yeah. Anyway, I guess we chose to put it on.
Yeah, I did. Because I was like, oh, I've never seen that. And then I was like,
put it.
Yeah.
You've never seen it because I used to love that show when I was a kid.
But it would be funny if we do commentaries on stuff.
But
like yesterday when Gilmore Girls, Jess, I love you, and then just takes off.
I know. It was like, are you fucking kidding me? I've been showing Brian shows that I watched since I was a kid. I think, how many shows have I shown you? That I've shown you, now Wife Swap. I've shown you, freaking, what is it? Oh my God, The Nanny. I've shown you The Golden Girls. That one was alright. You liked it when it was on, and then we kind of stopped watching it. But right now we're on a Gilmore Girls binge. He loves it.
Gilmore Girls is good. Yeah, I like Jess, but
it's good or it's great.
It's great, but Jess needs to just grow up. Like, come on.
But anyway, when we're watching some of these old shows, like him and I, it's just funny to see how times have truly changed because things that you can get away with saying or certain nostalgia, like
you couldn't now.
Yeah, like you now. Oh, not only that, like you couldn't get away with that stuff now, but also it's just kind of like you're like, oh my God, I totally forgot those existed, like Furbies or something. Like it takes you back in time. It's kind of fun.
What are Furbies?
We can just cut this now. You don't know what a Furby is?
What is that?
You never had a Furby toy?
No, that's why I just asked. What is that?
Google it right now. I can't believe you've never had a Furby.
Is it like a Pokemon?
No, it's these little like I don't even know what they are. They look like little gremlins almost. Furby, F-U, not Irby.
F-U too.
No.
Oh yeah, I used to have one of these.
How do you fuck did you forget the name of that?
I don't know.
Anyway,
$149 for this Furby.
Yeah, because they're like considered.
That's kind of like a Beanie Babies.
Yeah, those made a weird comeback all of a sudden years ago. But anyway, it's kind of cool seeing, it feels like you've lived many lives, and we're not even like considered old, I don't think.
Well, we talk about this all the time, that technically we're 2 years younger than we are because of the pandemic, and I think everyone should consider themselves to be about 2 years younger, because we pretty much lost like 2 years of not doing anything.
We're both 28. I don't feel a day over like 24.
Yeah,
but even that's like
yeah, like
call me 26 and I won't cry. I'm gonna be 30 soon, and I want to freaking bawl my eyes out because
30 is the new 20.
It is. And I was telling, was it you or my cousin the other day? I was just like, damn, I think it was Alexis. I was telling her I remember being like a teenager and seeing my cousins that were older in their 20s and being like, damn, like you're not old, but like you're on that side of life, Yeah. And now we are that.
I mean, what, 25? We're considered, we have like the quarter of the life, right? Technically,
we're not 25. We're 28. I'm
just saying at 25. I
don't
know
even
though.
think that's quarter. That's more of like a third of your life.
I feel like
nowadays.
I feel like it's taking, as time goes by and technology advances and social media, everything, I feel like it's taking majority of people longer to mature, including us. But like,
it's weird. It's almost like yes and no. Yeah,
because like you see, I think there's always been immature people, even as getting older and older, like since forever. But it just feels like more and more now, you see more and more immature people going past their 30s, going into their 40s. Like,
I think, are you talking about like our generation? Is
just
like,
in general. I don't know if it has to do with like social media, phones, like.
Just, if anything, I feel like Gen Z is maturing like physically faster
in a different way, right?
Yeah. Like they look older than me.
That probably has to do too with like all the stuff in our food.
I don't know if it's that or if it's just like now there's like inspo online that is way more reachable. Like when I was a kid, I didn't know how to do makeup. I didn't know shit about skincare.
Wait, what's inspo?
Inspiration.
Oh.
You never heard that?
No.
Inspo. Anyway.
Why O?
I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Sorry.
Anyway, what was I saying?
You were saying that now you're able to see things online and you
can
like
I feel like okay, when I was a teenager, I didn't know shit. The most provocative thing I knew that's
provocative.
I guess that's kind of a strong word. Was like watching Britney and Christina music videos and trying to do dances, like, and that no one would see, like literally in my bedroom, and like maybe my mom would see.
My sisters did that too.
Like shows and
they would go. There were stairs in my old house, and they would go down the stairs and like film it.
Yeah.
And then I came out in one of them, and they were like, "Get out of the shot!" They're like, "Get out!" And I was a little kid. Like, yeah.
That's funny.
It was.
I could see that.
You remember that song? You said Christina Aguilera.
Yeah.
I'm a genie in a bottle, baby.
Yeah, of course.
Come on and let me, yeah.
Anyway, so yeah. And then now, like the confidence of some of these kids, I'm just like, damn, I don't even have that, and I'm almost 30, and these people are just going on the internet doing their thing. It's wild. It's wild to see. I know it's not every person.
No, I know, but it also it gives like this like it's weird. I feel like to an extent it gives this like false sense of confidence. It
100% does. I mean, it's sad because it gives an illusion that everyone that age is like that, and if you're not, then you're just
something's
excluded or something's wrong with you.
It also, there's this weird thing too, like I don't agree. Like, I know that for some people, I'm sure it's like, it's hard when they are overweight or it's harder for them to lose weight. But I also don't think that like what's her name? Lizzo or Lizo or whatever.
Lizzo, yeah.
That's doing like, I don't think they should be promoting to not try to be healthy.
I don't think that's what she's doing. I think she's just saying like, don't be ashamed of your body. Cause I could be wrong, but I think she even was like going through like a minor like weight loss journey. But like, here's the thing: you can be bigger and still be healthy, technically. Like, if you see a nutritionist.
Yeah.
I think, and honestly, like, I don't keep up with her now, but I do remember some odd year or two ago, like, she was like promoting like her diet, and it was pretty healthy. Obviously people are gonna eat like shit here and there, like that's just life. But I remember her going through like a phase where she was eating like a bunch of fruit and smoothie. I don't remember, I wasn't that invested in it, but I remember like her showing that type of stuff. I think she's just trying to like break down that stigma that like you have to be like perfect and
Yeah, I don't
tiny.
agree with that either. I think that's stupid.
toxic.
It makes so many women, I feel like, I don't know, but like
Have
makes them
eating
depressed. But it
disorders.
also makes you guys depressed because you feel like if you're not looking like them,
The amount of
that
times,
something's wrong with
and I
you.
need to delete TikTok. The amount of times I've seen women that are flat as a board, I don't like. I don't. It's kind of scary. Some of the bodies I've seen, because some
Yeah.
of them you could tell they're athletic, like they are in the gym or playing a sport, and it makes sense. Then there's like some woman that you're like,
Is that healthy?
is that like, are you okay? But at the
Yeah.
same time, it's like that's also a terrible thing to ask a woman. Like, there are women who just naturally are fucking super tiny, no matter what they eat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But and then it leaves like, you know, it's like, can I be? You being concerned can also be like an
It
insult.
can come off as yeah.
Even
I don't know. I feel like that's a tough
But I
one.
do feel like a lot of women who have like body dysmorphia, which I think is not uncommon at all anymore. They see that and they're like, fuck, like, why can't I look like that? And it's
Yeah.
kind of sad because it's so easy to say like, don't compare yourself. But like, we're obviously going to see what we don't have. We're
Yeah.
not going to look at ourselves and like, most of us aren't looking at ourselves first thing in the morning and admiring all the qualities we have as a person.
Yeah.
We're either
And I think we should not like, but it's hard because you have to find a balance between like being arrogant and then also just being like confident.
oh yeah,
It's
completely.
I mean,
day
but it's
and
hard
night,
to find
yeah.
that balance because it.
I don't think it is at all. You can easily look at yourself and be like, wow, I like the way I look, and not be a fucking asshole and like cocky. Like it's one thing to be
Yeah, but I think
confident
it's
and another
'cause
thing to
we're
think you're better than everyone.
Yeah, but I think that's also because we've never been like that where we think we're better than anyone else.
I understand.
But I'm sure to some people it's harder if they already think like
No.
that.
You're saying like, what do you mean?
I don't
Like,
know. I don't know.
No, there obviously are people out there who think they're fucking the shit. Like
Yeah.
they're just like, yeah.
That's what I mean. There's a fine line between like being arrogant and actually just being confident, because some people can be like dicks. They think they're like better than everyone else because they look a certain way.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I've seen it.
I
in
also
person,
think-
and it's so funny to see because
Yeah.
then all of that brought you down like 5 fucking levels. I don't care how attractive you are. If you are
Yeah.
being a douche about it or a bitch about it, like
Yeah.
you're not cute anymore.
Yeah.
It's such a like turn off.
I think something too that like with TikTok and all the other stuff that also is bad is that it gives this false image for guys of what they think like girls
Women
should
in
be.
relationships should be.
So they go and look for that
Yes.
image that they see, that it's like
Well, I think a lot of it has to do with hookup culture too right now.
well, yeah, definitely. I'm sure it does. But you see like
Andrew Tate. I can't.
well that too, yeah, but I'm saying like you see like some like not realistic woman on Instagram or TikTok with a bunch of filters and a bunch of other shit, and it just doesn't look real.
Yeah.
And then guys like they'll something will trigger in their head saying like, oh, she's physically hot, like that's all that matters, this is what I need to look for, and they go look for that, and then they get upset when they're not being met with the other stuff too that they didn't even think about before, because they base everything off of like this fake image that they think they need to go look for.
Yeah. Like
I think your brother that's probably what he goes through. He probably sees these girls on TikTok and Instagram, and then he's like, well, she looks similar to that, maybe I should go for that.
You're saying like maybe they assume that is like the goal with a companion.
Yeah, but then they forget about all the other stuff that comes along with it, which is like the personality.
Qualities, yeah.
which
like,
is
having yeah.
Obviously,
there's men who like they just think women are here to for their gaze and just to fucking like be a hole for them to fuck.
Yeah.
And that's it. Like your opinion, we don't need it. You're not allowed to have an opinion.
Yeah.
You can't have independence unless I want you to have it. It's like it's just so fucking weird. It's like,
well, mentioning that Andrew Tate guy, I didn't really know his name or anything until I saw a
can't
video the
stand
other
that
day,
man.
and
I think he's full of shit.
It was him. I think it's just for an image.
No,
But
I think he like actually feels a lot of the stuff he says, but I think he makes it more extreme.
yeah,
Because he sees.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's stuff that's like very extreme gains a lot of traction with like following and stuff.
Yeah, and he's also a sex trafficker, which.
What?
Mm-hmm.
They prove that?
This dude, literally, so many sources have found that this man is like. I don't want to say. Well, I guess it would be.
Wait,
hostage.
what is he? A boxer? You said?
I think he was like a boxer. I don't know him for this. I just knew after I like unfortunately found out who he was.
Yeah.
Little things here and there came up that saying that he's a fighter. Cause like he would say things and you'd be like, why are you speaking like
Yeah.
like you've been in the ring and then later you realize, oh, I guess.
I mean, he looks like he could be like a fighter or something.
Yeah.
But the one that I saw the video was like
maybe
this girl,
a little hungry hippo fighter.
It was what this girl was saying. He was like, what, you don't want? He was telling her, it's like, oh, you don't want to have kids, or like what's wrong with you?
What, don't you know your one purpose in this world is to have children?
I know. So he was saying like, oh, you don't want to have kids, and she's like, no, I want to do what I want with my life. I don't feel like that's a necessity for me as a woman to like have to want kids. And he's like, well, you're gonna live a meaningless life then because that's your only purpose, and all something like that. And I'm like, what the fuck? And she just like was like, what the fuck? Like kind of
coming
response
from someone
is that?
who literally has women held captive as sex slaves. Like, are you fucking joking?
Yeah.
You're gonna tell a woman that she needs to have children?
It's weird. There's some things I see, like this one guy.
What a fucking.
I was looking
disgusting
into this thing called like wholesale real estate, just looking into different things. And this one guy, I was listening to him, and then I followed him on like I forget what social media. It was Instagram. I think.
You
And
only have like.
he comes up with a post, and he's like, I have my wife and 10 kids, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And they look weird as fuck in the picture too. Like there's something wrong with, you know, when
Nothing
you look
wrong with having a lot of children, but goddamn, there's
if,
a difference between wanting to be a father and like you have a god
you just want to
complex.
spread your seed, like, to the extent as much as possible.
Like
And
your wife is not a piece of cattle. My God.
Yeah, but when you look at their eyes,
They're like,
I don't know if you guys ever noticed, but like, if you look into some people's eyes, you just
like
see that there's
soulless.
something wrong.
Oh really? Yeah.
You're
see like they're trying to tell you something.
You see no, not like that, but you just see this weird like emptiness in them,
like a void.
It's so weird. I don't know how to explain it, but you just can tell that they're not mentally right. Like they're like there's something mentally weird in their head that makes them think like, I'm gonna fucking make as many babies as I can, spread my seed,
it's
and
like
I'm gonna
Our Father documentary.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like there's just, you can just tell that there's weird shit in their head.
People are so
It's also
weird.
like when people can like switch between personalities so quickly.
Like
That shit trips me out.
Like
how people can be like instantly like super angry and then instantly be like, hey, like, and I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like psychopath.
We've met a few of those.
Yeah.
But yeah. But anyway, yeah, I don't know, ladies, if he follows Andrew Tate or any of those like fresh and fit weirdos.
Cut him off. No, I'm just kidding.
It's
but
just,
there is this weird, like, I see it. I don't agree with it, but like I see this, there is a whole like area of social media with just like these really like buff dudes being like you deserve what you have today, and you make your woman appreciate you, and you say no to your woman, and you stand up for yourself. And I'm just like, this shit is so weird. I'm just like, why?
Honestly, these men hate women. Like, if you hate women so bad, just admit you're gay and go.
But
find
some
a
of them
dude.
are like married and shit.
And
It's just weird.
that, like, a lot of these are the same men who think like they are superior to the female. You know, two females. You know what I mean? So it's like, no shit. They're gonna check all the boxes that are gonna make them look whatever image they want to look, and if that means degrading your partner in life, then that's what they're willing to do, which is really fucking upsetting because it just goes to show that the women that give them the time of day are either really desperate or really insecure, or both. Like,
or they just want, if they have money.
Like I said, desperate. That's called desperate. Well, I guess you could be desperate for, I guess, being with someone you think is attractive and willing to put up with that, or if they like benefit you financially. I don't know. Whatever your need is, it's being met through that person.
Yeah.
And it's coming at a cost of being property, pretty much, which is So foul. I couldn't imagine dating someone like that and thinking, how do they speak about me when I'm not there? Because look how they speak about you into the public eye. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, some of them, they get like, it's just crazy to me. Like, I
that is
never
so
understood
disgusting.
how do people, whatever industry it is, like I see it in trading, I see it in music, I see it in everything. People will see someone say something that, and they will just latch onto them and become like such a follower.
That's just so.
And like you have, after that, you can create like a whole army that just backs you up. And like, it's just so weird because you see sometimes there'll be like, not feuds, but you can see like people will like talk about each other, and then you'll have like all these people's followers, they'll jump over to this guy's post and go attack them. And it's just like,
yeah,
it's like people latch on. I guess it's like our human thing of wanting to be like a part of a bigger group.
a community. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty normal. Yeah, like humans, they want a sense of community, but
you need a
your sense of
also
community should be bettering you as a person
individually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not.
A lot of time they just get hooked on the community, and then they lose sight of like their own individual thing.
Yeah, it's kind of scary to think that men like that are paving some type of way for other
they're
like
definitely
influential
creating,
like young boys. Like you know, a lot of these people see them and they see how much money they have, and they see like them with a hot chick, and they just assume
they're like, oh,
treating
I'll just do what
women
he does.
like garbage is like the way to achieve what you want. But at the end of the day, like, you good? Like, you're not. Those women are not going to be there for you. Are you good?
I'm sorry. Yes.
They're not going to be there for you when you really need it, like a partner.
Yeah.
You know, and
yeah,
it's really it's just like it doesn't it doesn't connect in my brain to like see your partner as a piece of property, or just like you're just like degrading. You know, weird.
There's this trader that I do like. I don't follow him a lot, but he's just some dude who's like, I usually look to.
Brian does Forex trading. I don't know if we've mentioned that, but that's what he's talking about.
Yeah. I just like to if I find someone who's like actually like, because after a certain amount of time of doing it, you can tell who is like legit and who is just trying to sell a course. Mm-hmm. And when people are actually talking about specific things, you're like, this person's actually gone through that shit, and they do it.
Because you can relate to it.
Yeah. So this one guy was like, for like a week straight, just saying like, if you want to be a trader, don't ever get a girlfriend. Don't get married. Marriage is the worst investment of your life. It's like, for a guy, it's like the worst investment if you're a guy. Like,
it sounds like rules to being a rock star.
Yeah, I know.
Don't get bitches. Or like, don't settle down.
I know. A part of me just has to think that he had a really bad run with a relationship or something.
And they project all the energy onto just like, onto that one.
Yeah. I've also seen very successful people in this and other stuff say that if you have one woman by your side that actually supports you, then that's a lot stronger than going and playing the field and while you're doing stuff. Like, it just gets you further when you have someone who supports you. But then again,
I think it's situational. I think for some people, if the timing's right and they find someone who really is there supportive, and they see them like they're not like weighing them down, then great. But if you are with someone who is draining, taking the up, like, like,
I know, and
negative
he
energy,
probably went through that.
Then that's different. But you can't sit there and put a blanket statement and say like, relationships in general, they're all like that, because then you're never going to be in a serious, like, long-term healthy relationship. And I think you're right about a lot of these like incel men who think they're so fucking alpha. I'm sorry, if you fall, first off, if you're a follower of these men, you're already not an alpha, because you would rather suck this guy's cock than have a meaningful relationship. That's what it seems like. But yeah, I do think that a lot of like these men, their experiences and the way they act like that is solely just because they've had like shitty relationships,
or they got rejected by someone they really wanted to be with,
I know, or
something, or cheated on or some shit. Yeah.
This sounds controversial, but it gives very much like school shooter energy. Like, it gives me like, you don't want me, I'm gonna show you. You know what I mean?
I could see that,
and it's just like fucking weird.
It is a little weird.
It's super insecure. It's coming from a very like dark place.
Yeah, and a lot of them are probably really controlling in a relationship, and like, I'm not gonna say abusive, but like maybe like I wouldn't be surprised if like verbally abusive for sure.
100%.
Yeah.
Like you can't have a conversation with these men if you're dating them. You're a toy to them. Like that's it. You're just like you're literally just like they're a toy.
It's weird, yeah.
Sad.
And I know that stuff has always been around, but I don't think it's becoming way more like normal now.
That's the problem. It's almost like normalized in a certain set group, and that's where it's alarming because I don't want. And I'm grateful that all three of my brothers are like aware and very like they're pretty self-aware about like people like that. But I would be worried if I had a younger sibling that's like, I don't know, 12, 13 years old. You never know what they're going to see on the internet. And
or what they're going to start following because they see someone they like follows that person and that. And they're like, okay, well, these people are doing...
Like, I admire that. So I want to fit that mold. But
Which definitely happens. Yeah.
And that's fucked up. It's pretty scary. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it'll run its course and be dead in the next few years.
I don't think like the dating apps are helping at all.
I don't think so either.
Because we were just talking about this the other day, how it's making everything so transactional, and people are like now like so hesitant to just like meet people in person instead of like just finding someone on the app. Like and especially now that times are tough, all the women, all the girls just want like they want your brother to sign up for the cam.
Oh, okay, so we gotta get my brother on here to tell his Tinder stories.
Like 3 different chicks, he said.
Every time we see him, he has he's just pretty much saying like Tinder is just like a scam website at this, or app or whatever the fuck it is at this point. He's like, all these bitches they just want your money. Like they want
you to sign up for their cam site.
Yeah, they all have like a different site and they're just like, hey.
That's hilarious.
So like respect to that community, that's fine, but like that's like there's a platform for that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But whatever.
That's how they get the
how
the desperate guys to be like, okay.
The ones who are like, okay, sure.
They'll just keep paying them, and then they'll be like, okay, we'll go out sometime soon. Just check me out on my cam tomorrow night.
They tell my brother like, join my like cam, whatever my cam session.
Make a donation, and then we'll maybe go out.
Date. Yeah. He's like, honey, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh man.
I mean, there's a lot of people like you're saying that would fall for that, and more power to those ladies. Like if you're getting that money, get that money. But like at the same time, a lot of time is wasted from people who see right through it.
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny. I'm glad we're not.
I know.
In that world.
Seriously, it just seems weird.
I truly have sympathy for people who are single and trying to find a genuine, meaningful relationship nowadays, because I don't think it's easy at all. Like you can just tell. I mean, I don't know if it's just because we live in LA, but like you can just tell when you're out, like people's intentions sometimes, and you can just
more often than not, it's not good.
So anyway, that's our little 2 cents on dating culture nowadays. More power to you. I would say that even though I can't relate to like, going on dates from apps and stuff, I would say like go out and try to like meet people in person. I know it sounds like, but
I know it's also
exhausting.
probably gotten harder now since spending like
COVID and then also like the monkeypox. What are we talking about now?
Yeah.
Like what is this shit coming next?
I don't know. And
it's
then
scary.
Yeah, I know. Apparently,
I don't want to get those things on me.
You saw the pictures?
I already have eczema. I already get acne. Okay.
The pictures look disgusting.
Pox. Yeah, I know. Well, here's the thing. I've seen pictures online which are horrendous and more like I can't even imagine. Like it scares the fuck out of me that could even happen to my skin, because I've dealt with eczema my entire life and it's one of the most irritating feelings. So that just seems like a level up from that, and no thanks. But then I've seen people on TikTok post their experiences having it, and it still looks like something I would never want to get, but it doesn't look as drastic as the pictures online. So I don't know if they got it early. I don't know if you got the chickenpox vaccine or chickenpox when you were a kid. I don't know if maybe that kind of like mellowed out the effects. Literally, I don't know what I'm saying right now, but there has to be a reason why some of these pictures from however long ago, years ago in other countries, look 10 times worse than what we're seeing now here. Yeah. But
is measles the same thing as chickenpox?
No, I don't think so. No, I think it's 2 separate things. But I could be wrong because I'm not a fucking doctor.
I swear I have an image in my head of me having chickenpox when I was younger. I just don't remember.
I don't remember, but my parents both said that I had it, and
I'm pretty sure I had it. I don't know. I would assume
you did. I know a lot of like
Pretty
I know
sure
a lot
did,
of parents, when like some of the kids had it, they would just like have a chickenpox party so that everyone would just fucking get it and get
Really?
it.
Just to
Yeah,
get it over
because
with? That actually makes sense.
when we were kids, getting the chickenpox was inevitable.
Can
Like you were gonna
couldn't
get
die
it.
from it, can you?
I mean, in severe cases, I'm sure, but I don't think it was like.
I just don't
common.
remember if it came along with like a fever.
I can see how it could. Yeah.
Interesting.
But I don't think it's like today's kids. I don't think they go through that. I'm pretty sure they get the vaccines now that prevent it. Again, I'm not a doctor. I have no idea what the fuck I'm saying. These are my thoughts. What are you doing?
In other words or whatever, we were looking at trips like to Spain, and then we looked at trips to Asia. And Asia is more expensive than going to Spain right now.
The way you transition into a whole another topic amazes me. Because you're just like, yeah, so... As if somebody asked. But yeah, it's funny. I love you.
No, because we're used to seeing...
It's not because it's Asia.
I know. Because the
fuel.
flights, I get it.
Yeah.
But we're used to seeing
Asia
be so cheap. And now I'm like, what? Like
it's still dirt cheap. But
pretty,
it's the flight that costs the most. That's basically what it is.
But why is Spain so inexpensive right now?
It's a closer... flight.
It's 11 hours.
Okay, and Asia's like 17, 18 hours. That's still,
yeah, but then I also looked up other places near Spain too, and they're still way more expensive.
I have zero idea.
You know where I was looking up?
Yeah.
I saw pictures of that looked beautiful.
I want to go.
Albania.
Albania looks cool. Yeah.
Yeah,
I want to go to Croatia.
Yeah, apparently that one's pretty good too.
But Asia's still beautiful,
Yeah.
and even when I added that extra like a week. The price actually went down.
Yeah.
So it's not the stay that's expensive. It's just the flight.
Yeah.
And I mean, we have the itch to travel again. We used to travel all the time before the vid. And I don't know. We're both I guess I'm speaking more for myself. Like I'm pretty irritable about getting out again, but I'm also like fuck. Like I don't want to get sick. I don't want to, knock on wood, get the fucking monkeypox. I don't want to get anything. I'm just like, I have anxiety about getting stuff like that, but at the same time, I've been like extra depressed recently.
Yeah.
Because of not being able to like go and travel and stuff, because I miss that so much.
I'm sure going to Oregon, I know it's not a big thing, but it'll help a little bit just to get away.
Yeah, we're going to Oregon in a few weeks.
It'll be nice
like
just
a month.
to get away.
Yeah, it'll be nice, and I'm really happy and grateful, but I'm also just like so eager to get out of the country.
Yeah, I know.
And it's just, I don't know. I'm just like, come on.
Yeah.
Like I just
Trust
want
me,
this whole shit to end. I feel like we're in
yeah.
another dimension. We aren't like in the same timeline as we were a couple years ago. It just feels like a whole nother world. Like
it is
fuck.
pretty much.
I know it is. I hate it.
Yeah, when you look back on pictures like before the lockdown and everything happened, it feels so different.
You mean like pictures of us like living?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or
Like,
I'm sure like if
the
people
world.
were to do that too, like if they were to look back at their trips before the
like
pandemic.
that person had no idea that in 6
Yeah,
months that
we were going to be locked down. Yeah.
I think about that all
But
the time.
I mean, be on the lookout too for food channel when we do start traveling again.
This is definitely a premature
Whatever.
notice that he's
Putting
saying.
it out there on
But
putting it out on your guys' radar.
It is cool that you said that today, because like 2 days ago I was telling again my cousin, because I literally have no friends. I was literally telling her, I was like, dude, one day when I'm traveling all the time, I'm gonna have a food like Instagram. Like I'm just gonna post all the food from all over the world.
I want that too, babe.
I
I want that too.
So fucking.
Because then we can just go to like all like random ass places around the world to try the different foods and stuff.
Yeah, I realized, because I went to culinary school and I do love to cook, not for a living. That field traumatized me. Okay. But I will say that I enjoy a quality fucking meal. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like everyone does.
Yeah, totally. But I'm saying like, not everyone always appreciates the effort that went into that meal.
I can't say that I do all the time.
I know, because you basically snort your meals down.
I inhale it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
I enjoy it though, but yeah, sometimes then I'm like, fuck, I want to still taste it.
I'm the opposite, and I savor everything in my life. I don't know what trauma I have, But you would think I was on fucking Survivor with one meal left. I literally savor everything.
That's hilarious.
I'll just be like, ask him. Like, he'll be like, can I have a bite? And I will have to literally, this is so embarrassing. Okay, it's not that embarrassing. I feel like it makes me sound stingy. I promise I'm not stingy unless it comes to food. Okay? But what? But I will, like, okay, last night I had my little meal and you were chilling and you're like, babe, can you give me some? I will have to portion what I'm going to give you and be like, this is me sharing. She does. I'm not. You're not welcome to my plate. I have to give you.
When you make something, there's knowledge behind it. There's love behind it. There's this other thing behind it that makes it taste better. And things also just taste better if you didn't make them.
This is facts. And if the ingredients are quality ingredients. I remember this one chef I could not fucking stand. At this job I had, he was interviewing. This place had a high turnover. Once a year ended, we had a new chef.
That's so true. You guys went through so many chefs.
We went through 5 different chefs. Yeah. And that's why, like, this job, not the job I have now, but like previously, like, I didn't have to leave to learn because there was always a new chef coming in.
That is true.
But homeboy, one of his, like, because you know you had to make certain courses to like interview, and one of the things he presented was simple, like, I want to say it was like a sourdough bread with pesto and like fresh pesto and like a nice juicy heirloom sliced tomato, like, and burrata on top. And it's so simple, but when you use quality shit,
it just tastes so much better.
It sends you to it's another level of flavor.
Yeah.
And you can make the same thing with shittier ingredients and it'll put a literal bad taste in your mouth, and you'll probably look at that and be like, that wasn't that great. But then I think there was even some prosciutto on there. But when you use quality ingredients, this is something I learned from that crazy lady I worked for, the chef too. Mm-hmm. We'd always go to the farmer's market once a week. I remember, yeah. It was hell and heaven at the same time in a way. The experience was beautiful, great, but like having to be there for work and having to like go through like each section with this giant thing of like it was just a mess. Yeah. Like, it was just like the system was not okay. But the products were great. And and like it's literally night and day, the difference when you use like quality ingredients. And this is something I can't stress enough because all of my siblings, other than one of them, I have 4 siblings. One of my siblings is very open when it comes to food. The other 3 are so fucking picky. It drives me insane because I love food. Yeah,
but they only eat like pizza and pasta.
Exactly. They're so picky. Pizza, pasta, steak, chicken tenders, like that's it.
Seafood is the shit. Seafood is one of the best foods.
None of them except for one of my brothers.
Christian, yeah.
Yeah, he's the only one who's, and again, like, I don't know. Just be open-minded. If it's something that looks like questionable and you don't want to try, don't try it, okay?
Or just still try it. At least that way you know.
But if you know what the ingredients are and you're just like, I don't like tomatoes. I don't like mushrooms. Like, I don't like mushrooms, but if I see a new mushroom that I've never tried before, I'm going to try it to confirm I don't like it.
Sometimes the way it's cooked and what it's on also helps a lot.
Like, being in this, I hated mushrooms my entire life, but there's a mushroom called the maitake mushroom, and it's like, if you cook it properly, it has like a very meaty texture, and it even, like, it'll fill you up like a steak. Mm-hmm. And just depending on how you cook it, it's delicious. Yeah. And this is someone who hates, and I would gag at even the smell of mushrooms growing up. Yeah. I still can't eat eggplant. Eggplant is, unless it's baba ganoush.
I don't think I've ever tried eggplant, to be honest.
I bet you have. You just probably weren't aware of it.
Maybe. I don't know.
Not a fan of it on anything except if it's like the baba ganoush dip, then I'll eat that. But other than that,
Speaking about mushrooms too.
Sorry, I can't stop talking about food now.
I know. You guys should watch this documentary on Netflix called How to Change Your Mind. Yeah. It's pretty interesting about psychedelics and how like they were kind of like discontinued from like medical research in like I think like 70s and 80s, like under Reagan or Nixon, I can't remember.
Pretty sure it was Reagan, but yeah.
And they were breaking through like all these like psychological breakthroughs of how psychedelics can actually cure,
not treat.
Yeah, cure depression, cure anxiety,
cure OCD.
Yeah, cure mental illnesses, and
which I'm gonna start microdosing when I get a chance because I truly think that that'll help me a lot.
No, I definitely think it will. When you hear some of these people talking about it, and it's like you can just be like, oh yeah, like I relate on that, and then you see like the way that it actually cured them, It's pretty insane. I don't know.
I want to take my mom's pills,
Yeah, and just replace them with
replace them with
microdoses.
fucking microdose, and just see.
She'll probably call you being like, Linda, it's so beautiful out today. Linda.
Well, it's not even that. I just think that it'll help, like, it'll help her, like,
She'll look at
focus
positive
more.
instead of like down.
Yeah, and it'll also, like, help you focus, too,
Yeah,
a little
yeah.
more, instead of, like, I don't know. I can't even explain when I've been on mushrooms, like, my mindset, because it's so just not. It's so like I have energy, but then it's also like everything in my life that I overthink.
Doesn't
Instead
matter.
of me overthinking it, I'm like, okay, and like you just don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But it's not like a numbing agent. It's not like when you're high off weed, which I still love edibles, like where you're just like, yeah, who cares? Life's chill, live, laugh, love. It's more like, okay, sounds great. It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah.
Like it's very like a matter of fact about shit. And
Because
I'm like,
it forces
God.
you to recognize what really matters and what doesn't matter.
Yes, it
It
puts a
forces
lot
you.
into perspective.
Yeah.
And then, and I'm afraid to take SSRIs because family shit.
I don't know what that is.
Like anti-anxiety
Oh.
or depression meds, because
Well,
I don't want to numb my brain.
I mean, we have the proof of the history, right? Look at all the people that it's putting a Band-Aid over them, and then they're losing their minds over time using these drugs. Like, they're not helping them. They're just refilling and refilling and refilling prescriptions, where I think they know that if you were to treat people with psychedelics, it's a 1 or 2 time thing, and then you don't get any more money from them. So they're like, why would we do that?
Well, yeah, they can't. You can only profit for so long, because once they're cured, they're cured.
Yeah.
This is definitely something that would be in a controlled environment. I'm not saying go out with your friends and take some acid and you're cured. These are like doctors and scientists that are giving you certain doses at certain time periods to cure this. It's not.
I do also
It's
think
not
that,
like go to a rave, drop some acid, and you're fine. It's just
it might help a little bit. So
you have to give discretion, because you don't want to tell people
I'm not
to do
telling you to go
something.
do it, but I'm telling you that if you
Just
like
do some research, look into it.
if you
take
like
what we're
good
saying with a grain
music,
of salt.
if you like good music and you like to enjoy life a little bit and explore your brain,
Oh my gosh.
this is not financial advice. No, I'm just kidding. This is not what do you call it? This
We
is
are
not
not
advice. I'm
professionals.
not telling you to do anything.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah, I'm not saying go do it, but I'm saying if you enjoy good music and you like to have a good time and you like to explore your mind a little bit,
Okay, this says music aside. Okay,
or we'll go to like the desert.
that's fine. But the way you're speaking about it is very like why people have a bad stigma. Like,
No, I'm not saying to go too far and go crazy. Especially, I think you need to analyze yourself and say, would I like this? You have to think about it, because I think not everyone is made for psychedelics or
I
whatever.
agree.
Psychedelics aren't made for everyone, because you have to have this natural curiosity about our bodies, our minds,
and you
the
also
world.
have to be realistic with yourself. If you think like obviously like what you were saying, you don't want to take anything that you're not comfortable with.
Yeah.
Don't go into it with any intention that you're going to be like fucking cured, or you're going to have some like mythological enlightenment, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
don't.
only if you're going into it with like the scientists and doctors, then yeah. But
That's different. But
yeah.
like, just just be open-minded to the idea of it.
Yeah.
It's not.
it's very like
Don't ever feel pressure to do anything you're not comfortable with.
yeah,
period.
exactly. I was just saying like
But I also don't want you. I don't know how to say this, Icy, but like I feel like it almost dumbs down the effects that it could like bring someone by saying
I get that.
oh, you want to listen to some chill music and like that. It's like, okay, yes, it's great to be on something. That's why people drink, when you're like enjoying your life and blah 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 whatever.
it's still a way different experience. So,
I agree.
but if you're with people that aren't like. If you're with
Judgy.
people that aren't immature and you guys are all like wanting to experience something really beautiful,
Yeah.
then it's different, because you do get some experience out of that.
Totally, yeah, I agree with that.
But I also don't think that like, I will say, I think that you should have a friend or find a friend that
Find a friend
that has already done these things and knows what it's like. If you want to try it, I would say like, I mean, nowadays I feel like everyone knows someone who's done mushrooms or something.
I agree.
Just like
or who hasn't.
ask them a little bit and be like, hey, what was it like when you first did it? Is it worth it? Like, what do you think? Like, your honest opinions. Get that stuff and then see how they describe it, and then say, is this for me?
Also, honestly, just do some research because
Yeah, because it's not for everyone. Some
Yeah.
people don't like in my honest opinion, I like to not always be in control, and I like to just let it like make me explore stuff like
I'm
that.
the opposite. It's not I love to have control, but I feel more at ease if I know I have control over something.
Yeah. I mean, I think
versus
we all do.
don't.
Yeah.
So going into like when I first did mushrooms, like I had to tell myself, okay, if you at any point feel like
Mm-hmm.
lack of control, just understand that it's a temporary feeling, and you have to almost just like coach yourself, like just ride the wave.
Yeah.
And you will not be hurt. You're not going to do anything crazy, especially if you're only taking like a minor dose, okay? Just to like dip your toe in the water.
Yeah.
You just have to kind of like coach yourself prior. That's what I did. This
Yeah.
is for if like Brian and I are very opposite. Like he can be like, yeah, sure, I'm chill, whatever. I'm the opposite. I'm like, I need to know the worst case scenario so that I know how to act if the time came. So that's how I am. So I remember telling myself like, okay, you're going to be fine no matter what.
Yeah.
So you have to release and like surrender the fact that you need to know all the answers and have control over it. And once you do that, it's a whole nother like
becomes less stressful.
Yeah. It doesn't, you'll have an amazing experience versus, or if you're resisting, then you're going to have more anxiety.
A bad trip. Yeah. You're going to have a bad trip.
It's really wild how that happens.
I mean, I wasn't always like that. When I first did it, I was freaking out. I thought I was dying. I was like, I'm dying. Like, I call my parents. Like, I don't know what's happening.
How much did you take?
More than you probably should.
Okay,
but it's fine.
You're also younger, and you're it's like a foreign experience.
Yeah, but then once I was with my friend's older brother, and he knows about them, and he talked to me, and he's like, hey, chill out. Like, this is just part of it. Relax. Like, you're fine.
And you would need
and then
that,
and then when I heard him kind of talk to me out of it a little bit, like freaking out, I'm like. And then like
once you surrender,
and then it kind of calmed down, and then I was just like laughing for like 30 minutes straight and like crying and like all this weird shit, and like
it matches your energy. I
feel
like.
But I think there's also something to think about in it, is that I think there's a positive aspect to learning how to let go from control, right? And naturally we all want to control every situation, but I think there is a positive thing to getting comfortable with not being in control.
I agree.
That's very hard to feel okay with. And it kind of forces you to, because
it doesn't force you though. That's the thing. It's like you can make the decision not to, but then you're just going to most likely spiral and not.
Well,
and you're going to go into a bad, like,
or
whatever.
It'll either make you really like psychedelics, or it'll make you hate them.
Well, one time I drank with this, and I do not recommend.
Was that when we were at Meow Wolf?
Yeah. When I drank on mushrooms, that's when I didn't have a bad trip. I would just say I was a bit more emotional, and I'm not a super emotional drinker. Like I would say if I'm, of course you're going to say whatever the fuck you want, but I'm not like, when I get drunk, I'm not like, I wouldn't say I'm not emotional. Mm-hmm. I'm more just like having fun and like shit. It loosens me up, like whatever. But when I was on mushrooms and drinking, I still wasn't drunk, but it was just like the mix of the two. I was way more empathetic and emotional, and holy shit, it was like overload for me.
She also did. Okay,
there we go.
I thought I was tripping balls too. Which I guess I wasn't tripping super hard,
fun.
but I was tripping.
It was fun while it was fun.
Yeah, you guys should, maybe I'll add a clip in right here of like something from Meow Wolf. But okay, the bouncer looked like an alien. Okay, and we came back in we were at the car because we were kind of like feeling it, and then we were walking back in, and the bouncer, I don't know what the fuck happened, but his voice was like, "All right, you guys coming back in?" And she's like, your voice. She's like, what the fuck? And I was like, Linda, or you said something. What did you say?
I literally said, is that your real voice?
And he looked so mad. So we were just like, okay, we're going in.
Yeah. So, and he literally was just like, he's like, get inside before I kick you out. Like, that's
I thought we went to the fucking, what's that movie with Bruce Willis where they go to they're in like space?
Because I thought, I'm going to be like genuinely honest, I thought he was joking. I thought he was trying to be like funny. And
I was just like, Linda, why would you even say anything to him?
His coworker heard me say that,
Yeah.
and you could tell he was trying not to laugh because he was just like, "Oh, fuck."
Babe, because some
you
people,
know his coworker went and told everyone else.
I
This
know.
bitch just said
I
this
know,
to him.
Look, some people I know, I feel like I've seen this
felt
where
so bad
they
after.
they do a surgery to their vocal cords to have a deeper voice.
It didn't sound deep. It sounded like a
Like,
robot. Like
it sounded weird, but it was a deep, like it was a lower pitch.
He was like this. He almost looked like he was a Russian dude or something.
He was big, but he
was
had
big.
tattoos, like face tattoos, like he had tattoos everywhere.
He was like, tickets or like, how did he say? I don't know. I wish I got this on camera because his voice did not.
He would have got more pissed probably.
It wasn't like his voice didn't match him. His voice was not human.
It wasn't.
It was so, and I was like, "Is that your real voice?" But I said it thinking he would be like, "Nah, ha ha ha, I'm just fucking."
No,
with
he
you,
got super
'cause
serious.
I can tell y'all are not sober.
He
you
got
know?
super serious.
He was like, "Get inside before I kick
Yeah,
you," or some
yeah,
shit. And
yeah.
I was like, "Okay, I'm so sorry."
Yeah, and I'm like, and when
And
we,
then he
we
got mad. You didn't get mad, but you were like, "Babe, that's so fucked up." I was like, "I swear I had no idea."
but I was
But
just like, why would you say that? 'Cause he's
here's
gonna
the
kick
thing.
us out of here.
When I'm on shrooms, I have no filter.
Most people don't.
I'm not
yeah.
running up to someone talking shit. I'm not angry at all. I'm very just much like whatever my conscious is thinking, it will come out as I'm thinking it.
Yeah.
And I can't not do it.
Yeah, I know.
And
It's hard. It's hard.
It's such a bizarre thing because again, for me experience, I
Yeah.
have that very a matter of fact thinking. Like it's almost this may be a hot take, but it's borderline, and I've said this every time I've taken it. I feel like this is what it would be like to almost like have Asperger's, like to be like, because I've met a couple people and they are very just a matter of fact. They say what's on their mind. They don't.
It's hard for them to control it.
They're not rude at all, but they're very just. They say it with conviction, and it's like, yeah, who cares? It's just what I'm feeling, what I'm saying.
Like you can tell they're not doing anything with a bad intention.
Yeah, and I'm exactly,
Yeah.
and that's exactly. I'm like, oh, I'm just saying what's on my brain with zero feeling of negativity about it.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow. Like, I was like, oh, that's your real voice?
I think it just comes with time of doing them to where you can.
And then when you told me, babe, no, that was not cool. I was like, oh, fuck. Then I snapped into another world and I was like, holy shit, I gotta go apologize. I fucked up. That was so mean of me. I shouldn't have done that. And you're like, it's fine. Like, the dude's not gonna remember it.
And then we saw him walking around later.
You did. You're like, and I was like, almost gonna say.
I want to.
And you're like, don't say anything.
I'm gonna put some videos up of Meow Wolf on here, just like little clips.
If you
want, it was really cool.
Well, just link the video, the YouTube
Oh,
video.
yeah.
We have a YouTube video of us going. Obviously, we're not like what we've said wasn't in the video, but for anyone who wants to go to Meow Wolf, it was a lot of fun.
It was. I kind of want to go back.
And there's just some footage of it in there.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. Sorry to that guy. I'm really sorry. Okay.
Yeah, if you see us fucking
so bad.
tattooed bouncer guy who has a really deep voice.
I feel bad because I know what it's like when someone points out an insecurity, and I didn't realize in the moment that that was real. And so the way he reacted, I was like, fuck, that's probably something he's insecure about.
There's no way for you to, especially if we're on mushrooms, like there's no way for you to just be like, yeah, it's hard to filter yourself when you're doing stuff like that. I think it just comes with like time of doing psychedelics where you learn to just think things without saying them. Because I used to always think stuff, and I would like just like say it to my friends or say it out loud. We would talk to each other like that, and it was just super like impulsive of like you get a thought and you instantly have to put it out.
For me, it's as a thought is coming. It's coming out already.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Should we wrap up here?
Yeah. We're about to go see the Black Phone movie. Tuesday is AMC, guys.
Yeah, we got tickets for a movie for $13 for two people. Yeah. That's in LA
if you're not a Stub, is it Stub? I was gonna say StubHub. If you're not a Stubs member, become one. Like the free option, you get it's like 50, sometimes 60% off movies.
Yeah.
Every Tuesday.
Yeah, $13 for two people. That's
yeah.
good. Cool. But yeah, we'll let you know how it is next week when we do our next podcast.
I'm pretty sure it's good.
Thank you guys for coming out. Thank you, Cleveland.
Okay, next time I swear we'll do sleep paralysis. We keep.
I know. Yeah,
this.
we were gonna do it with this one, but whatever. It's fine. We got some good topics in.
I guess yeah.
Leave a like and subscribe. All you mother. No, I'm just kidding. But
why do you have this like weird burst of energy in the beginning and when we're ending?
I don't know.
We're like, who are you? Who are you?
I'm fucking Brian Solid. No, I'm
you
just
don't
kidding.
curse. Brian Brian hardly curses, and then like he'll just drop an F-bomb here and there, and I'm like, who are you?
It's for the dramatic effect.
Yeah, but it's okay. I love you.
I made a face yesterday that she was just like cracking up at.
So funny.
It was halfway between mimicking her and just like, and it just like stayed like that because I didn't continue.
I almost wanted to pee in my pants because I was just talking, and then he was like, "Oh yeah," and then made some stupid.
She laughed for like 20 minutes straight.
I literally
and I was like,
shed
it
a
wasn't
tear
that funny.
because.
All right. Anyway, we're gonna end it here.
Bye. See ya next week.
Bye, guys.